my name is Veronica Valles. I am deeply grateful to be a licensed practitioner here at the center. Ministerial student. I passed my senior panels. I'm community driven, so just thank you once again for your love and your support. So we're in the midst of our Adventures in Prosperity program, and our theme is Living Abundantly. And we are going to talk about our Vow of Prosperity. This is the only time of the year when we at the service, do our pledge campaign, and we're here to ignite you in consciousness, ignite you in prosperity, so that we're all thriving. So we're going to have a conversation today. You're going to join me. We're going to take a vow of prosperity, where we're going to move through some different belief systems and get to the core of our beingness.
Hi, my name is Lahoma. I first came to the Center for Spiritual Living Dallas in 2009. A friend of mine recommended it for me. And the first Sunday I came, Lainey sang Material Girl by Madonna, and Reverend Petra spoke about Madonna's spiritual evolution and kind of related it to how we all go through our own personal spiritual evolution. And I just knew I was supposed to be here after service. I also ran into some choir members who asked me to come to choir practice. And I ended up joining the choir that day. So for about 1.5 to 2 years, I hung out in the back of the church and then only was seen when I was singing the choir. And I eventually decided to become a member. And once becoming a member, I started to serve as a greeter. I've served on the gratitude team. I've served on the music team. And then I'm still in the choir. And the reason that I like to come to CSL is for the community, the love and support that I receive from everyone, and I've made a lot of friends. And I like to give back because I understand the value that I receive from the community, and I would love for other people to be able to experience the support that I receive from this community. One of the goals that the center is focusing on is building a school for the children. I'm very passionate about this because I work with children. I've worked as a teacher, a tutor, a nanny. I've pretty much done it all, even daycare. And I really think that this is very important because I can't imagine the life that I could have created if I had gotten these teachings as a child. And every Sunday you see the kids on stage. The number that I remember seeing when I came in 2009, it's grown tremendously. And so I want you to help me create a place for my future children to come. Thank you.
Let's all take a deep breath in together. And let us exhale. Take another deep breath in. We inhale and exhale. Thank you for participating in the law of circulation. Just while you're breathing. So we're going to move through the journey of prosperity. And it's a perfect time in my life to do this. So I was grateful when Reverend Petra asked me to speak today. My fabulous and lovely accountant, Hope Rivera of Profit Center Accountants, took me Friday to register my name for my business, Everyday Sacred, took me to the bank to get my bank account for business, and is one of my coaches of prosperity. Because I'm moving into a place of not just enough, but moving into that God is my source, this is God's business that I'm doing, and this is the conversation I'm having with myself, and I'm going to share it with all of you, okay? So, of course, I always want to look up words, I'm just like a dictionary nut. And so we pretty much understand the words vow. It's a solemn promise. When it's a verb, you're taking the vow. That's a very action-oriented step. Prosperity is just, prosperous, abundance. But I love the word affluence, flowing freely or in great quantity, because we're using Deepak Chopra's book, Creating Affluence, and then Joyous Living Journal, and both of them are igniting us and activating us in our prosperity. We're going to move through beliefs, especially the false beliefs, then the acceptance of our good, and choices that we can make. So, false beliefs. And I put the word false because false beliefs are these little things that are insidious in our life. And it's the things that we grew up listening to or hearing, either our family or the news or in conversations about money. So, before I shared the PowerPoint, give me a few things that you've heard about money. Who's willing to share out loud?
Doesn't grow on trees.
Money's hard to come by.
Doesn't grow on trees.
Money doesn't grow on trees. What else? Louder, can hear you. Anybody else? I know there's more Shard.
It's the root of all evil.
It's the root of all evil. And in the back.
You have champagne ideas and a Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola budget.
Oh, yeah, champagne IDs and the Coca-Cola budget. Who like that one? So, pretty much, they're all up here. You have to work hard to earn a living. You're more spiritual if you're poor. There's not enough or just enough. And then my favorite is that blah, 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 blah. That's that continuous blah, blah, blah. It's heavy. It's dense. These are not our spiritual truth, is it? Are these our truth? No. But how often do we hear it? How many of us have believed it? Is that running through our subconscious? And so the practice is we need to illuminate these. Because if the false beliefs are running the show, this is what's going to demonstrate in our life. They look like these little people. Living lots of beliefs of abundance, tie us down to condition. Everything that we just said feels like that Gulliver's Travel. It's keeping us down. But think about it. How often in your life have you heard money is the root of all evil? Money doesn't grow on trees. I wanted to bring the money tree over here that we have. And it really, it's so insidious. It can be just so subtle, but it is. It's like little people tying us down, keeping us from our good. But there's no little people out there. The voice in your head is your own. It's the ego that's talking. But in all seriousness, we've all experienced this. I grew up where, we lived on a budget. Never heard the word poor, but we lived on a budget. But I heard my father so many times say, there's not enough. We don't have enough money. So how often in our energetic system, because we are frequency beings, we are energetic beings of love and of light. And how often have we, in our head, used the word limitation? From our voice, spoke about lack. From our heart, stayed in fear. And from doubt and disbelief, we chose our way in life. It is constrictive. It is dense, but somewhere in your energetic field right now, there's some hidden belief, there's some story from the past, there's some thought that somewhere in your subconscious got implanted and it's created like these little constricted balls of, like roadblocks of energy in your system. And so what we're going to do is we're going to activate them, we're going to dissipate them, we're going to transmute that, because we are in the divine flow always. It is God that's expressing in, as, and through us. That these thoughts, indeed, are just thoughts of the realm of condition. Now, first and foremost, we live in a universe that is infinite. It is our very nature. And money is God in action. When we recognize that money is an effect, where our shape-shifting in consciousness isn't a first cause. We must dwell in the awareness of the presence of God always. Otherwise, we will be stuck. Emma Curtis Hopkins, powerful teacher of Ernest Holmes, that girl put her demand on the universe. She said, there is good and it is mine to have. Emma was no nonsense in her time. And Emma says, prosperity is the acknowledgement, either consciously or unconsciously, of the presence of God. He who is prosperous has eliminated from his mind some idea which the one who is seemingly not prosperous still holds on to with tenacity. I'm like, go, Emma. Emma is clear. Prosperity is the presence of God. Now, I'm affluent, and I will stand here and share, I'm affluent in creativity. I'm affluent in energy. I'm affluent in love. I'm affluent in friends and family, but I don't focus on money a lot. And not because I have a fear of it, because trust me, I have no problem receiving it. I've just never been very materialistically oriented. So I have friends who, it becomes that awareness that if I'm not utilizing the law consciously, I must condition the law into the acceptance of my good, but I must declare it so. I recognize that the presence of God, it is what's operating in, as, and through me. Divine love, divine light is what's coming in, as, and through me, and it is in God that we trust. We see it on our money, but do we believe it? Do we operate from that belief system? That we live in an infinite source, divine substance and supply that is ever available. Now, I've met some very wealthy people who had a poverty consciousness. They hoard their money. There's a fear of the other. Someone's going to take it. I'm going to lose it. Then I myself have not, it's like I'm in that expansive place now, but my God is my good. My good is my God. And you know what? I love good food. I love to travel. I love, nice cars, but I substance and supply. When one contract is finished, instead of going into fear, because what happens in the past is I can feel the fear in my heart. It's palpable. I fear the sense of dread. It's like this big shadow wants to come over going, ooh, girl, you need to get scared. There's no money. Jake's getting ready to run out, you know? And it's like, also like, oh, you know, you can't move, you know? And so the practice becomes that instead of allowing that fear to take over, transmuting it in prayer, becoming aware that it's there. Until we push up against the unbelief with our beliefs, they're going to run the show. It is our absolute spiritual practice then put into the law to know that divine substance supply is ours by our very nature. That's why we look out at nature. I remember standing beneath the Milky Way in Arizona on the Hopi Reservation. It's like, it took my breath away. My heart was open. I'm like, this is just a drop of the infinite. And so it's a reminder, find the reminder to allow you to absolutely understand with every ounce of your beingness that we live in an infinite universe. And when we understand that it's all energy and it's this infinite reciprocity. So in the law of reciprocity, I see an infinity symbol. It's energy going out, energy coming in, energy going out, energy coming in. It's just a dance. And I love this photo of the color because in the law of circulation, I wanted to have streamers that we could throw across the way. So you can see just like color flying. So just imagine that in every transaction that you're doing, I'm circulating money. I'm circulating love. I'm circulating wisdom. I'm circulating, whatever it is, creativity. And we're in this dance of the divine. When we are in the spaciousness of God is my divine substance and supply, I am living in the flow. I'm not constricted. I'm energetically expansive. The frequency's higher. And we are always participating in the law of circulation. Right now, your body is circulating. There's blood that is circulating. Your breath is circulating. When you came into this room, you're circulating energy. We are constantly and always circulating. So when it comes to money, the recognition is that this is God in action. When your bills come in, bless it. Thank you. Reverend Jane Beach of Conscious Living Center, she kisses her bills. Thank you. She goes, because this is the opportunity for me to circulate energy. This is an opportunity for me to recognize this is God in action. And there's more than enough. When we understand that, feel that, and live by that, we will be in that divine flow. So, I have my friend, hang on, let's do the acceptance, I'm sorry. So acceptance, I'm moving along too fast. Acceptance. So when we move into that money is God in action, when we move into that spirit is the source of my gifts and good, that divine substance supply flows in, as, and through my life every day and every way, and I live in an opulent universe, do you think you're going to have more good? Yes. So are you ready to claim it right now? Yes. So I want you to turn to your partner and say, I live a lavish life. Abundance flows in every area of my life. Abundance flows in every area of my life. Oh my God, I just got $300. I did. All right. That's all that I need and all that desire is available to me now. All that I need and all that I desire is available to me now. I am circulating energy in every moment. I am circulating energy in every moment. We are all here together to recognize the power and the presence that is God. And when we accept our good, more good, we share it, we receive it. I don't have a problem receiving. I actually don't. If you want to write me a check, my last name is Valles. But that's true because what I have come to recognize in my spiritual practice here at the center, that this is a way that God shows up. As I give up my gifts, it returns to me 10,000-fold. When I receive in gratitude, I have an energy of expansion. In order to participate consciously in the law of circulation, there's giving and there's receiving. If I can't receive, even if it's a compliment, well, first of all, my mother said if I don't receive a compliment, it's like an insult to her. So I learned to receive compliments. But if I don't learn how to receive even the penny on the ground, the compliment from a friend, the tithe from somebody here, or give in that consciousness of expansion, then I am cutting off. I'm blocking the divine circulation. I invite you to consciously participate in this flow. Recognize there's no part of your life that is not involved in the universe. All of your life is God expressing every ounce of your beingness. And that's where we come to my friend Jane. This is Jane Coley. All right, and I'm going to tell you about Jane in just a second because on October 18th in the Joyous Living Journal, it's called It's Their Birthright Too. One of the quickest ways to open channels for your own good is to help others move towards theirs. Generosity, giving, sharing, and supporting others in a healthy and loving manner allows everyone's abundance to increase together. This is a powerful demonstration of your mutual interdependence with everyone else, and it keeps you focused on the mutuality of your greater good and the greater good for every other individual. First of all, go like Jane's page, because this is my dear friend. She's from Canada, and she lives in Colorado. It is her life's mission to awaken every individual to their prosperity and to their greater good. Jane is a businesswoman. When Jane walks in, she has on like this gorgeous orange dress, this fabulous bag. She's got this wallet that's just so elegant, and she always has cash. She walks in, and she's there. It's like, okay, what do you want to pray for? How can we demonstrate your good? Jane's purpose in life and his ultimate prosperity, no, is it ultimate? I get it wrong. Ultimate prosperity planner. I'll get the name for you. Go like her page. But her thing is every time she calls me, we have a reciprocal action. Because of my experience here at the center, I share with her, and she goes, and here's your tip of the day. She goes, get your paper and pen. And this is what I mean about mutually supporting one another. Jane, it's not a competition. It's actually a conscious cooperation with each other. Because if I'm uplifted in my good, and I'm given to the universe, and you're uplifted in your good, there's this divine circulation. So I talked to Jane yesterday, and every time she calls me, she gives me, write this down, practice this in your life. So I go, so Jane, what should I share with my community? She goes, well, share, first of all, the Oprah Winfrey quote. She goes, when you focus on what you have, not what you want, but on what you have, with the consciousness of blessing it, you will have more. It will be amplified 10 times. So focus on what you have, not on what you want, because if you're focusing on lack, limitation, what is it? Unbelief. That's what's going to multiply. She goes, so focus on what you have, and it will multiply. Now, Jane also, the invitation from Jane is that take your purse or your wallet out, get some money out. Don't be shy, I'm not going to take it. But I will take it if you want to give it to me now. And the invitation, Jane says, take a look at your money. If you use debit cards, she really inspires people to have cash because cash is very tangible. You can see it, you can feel it, you can see where your circulation is going. She goes, where in your life, take a moment and just think about where in your life are you circulating money with a heart that's wide open. Where in your life, just think within your, to yourself, where in my life am I circulating money? And doing it consciously with a heart that's open. Because when you're circulating with a consciousness that's open, with a consciousness that understands divine substance and supply, there is a greater circulation, a greater energy that's flowing. And so Jane, she goes, start with ones. If you want a whole bunch of ones, you go see it there. She goes, it's just a physical representation of infinite. It's just a reminder that there's more than enough. She's like, no more just enough, honey. You need to move into more than enough. You live in this infinite universe, fully supported in supply. The other thing, Jane, the invitation with her, was that when you anchor it within your beingness, which is what we just did, when you do affirmations and you anchor that feeling tone within you, that's an expansive state. So stay in that place of gratitude. Have your affirmations of prosperity. I live a lavish and abundant life. When you give, say, I'm grateful. I've got plenty. I've got plenty to share and spare. God is my source. God is good. Do it from the space of expansiveness, not the restriction. And allow yourself to move in the good. Her other tip was that make money playful. Because sometimes we get so serious. Yes, there's a place of integrity. There's a place of financial stewardship. But sometimes we're so serious about money, we forget to play. And then what I noticed is when I started playing and giving, and they're like, oh, I'll pay you back. I don't want to pay you back. This is a gift. I'm even teaching my nephews that if I'm giving to you, the gift is then just to take it unconditionally. Because they're like, oh, no. I'm like, baby, you're blocking your good. So giving, receiving, the law of circulation, the dance of the divine, this is how we flow together. It is a cooperative practice. This is why I love this campaign, because we're doing it together. We're not just holding the consciousness for the center. We are the center for spiritual living. Each one of you here, whether you're a member, whether it's your first time, whether you've been here 10 years ago and you're watching us on YouTube, each one of you is the center for spiritual living. We are holding each one of you in your opulence. Think about opulence. I love travel and leisure magazines. There's just opulence. There's beauty. Stay in that vibrational tone of what you're seeking to express in your life. Be open. Be expansive. And then look into areas where you feel like you're constricting. I found this on a Christian website about choices. It says, ask, and it shall be given. Give, and it will be given to you. Receive and give thanks. Once again, the practice of receiving, because you deserve it. Declaration of your good, expectation of your good, surrendering to the universal truth, expansiveness of your consciousness, receive with your heart wide open, vitalizing source energy that is expressing. I wrote that. God is your source. God is your supply. You deserve it. By your very nature, you deserve to live the life of your dreams. The opulence, consciously participate in the circulation. So when we go to Deepak Chopra, and I love Deepak Chopra, this book, if you do not have this book, it is this most amazing book that I've ever read, because he goes through the ABCs of prosperity. He goes through the laws of the universe. He goes through the quantum field, and he says, create as much wealth as your heart desires. Fulfill every material and non-material desire. Create wealth and spend it lavishly, and then share it and give it to others. Give it to your children, to your family, to your relatives, to your friends, to society, and to the world. For wealth is of the universe and does not belong to us. We belong to it. Share with a heart that's wide open. So the vow of prosperity, when we talk about tithing, and we come up here once a year and we present these pledge cards, this is your vow of prosperity. You're actually making a commitment and a partnership with the divine. You're being very clear with the universe, this and something greater, Spirit, but your pledge comes from a centered place of knowing that I can support the center, and I can support God that's showing up in, as, and through all these people, and I can support those who walk into the doors now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, because what we're seeing is this beacon of light that is a place of transformation. Your vow of prosperity is for yourself, first and foremost. It is your relationship with the divine, this infinite intelligence, this infinite field of possibilities, and it's with the partnership with your community. This vow is saying yes to your greater good. It's not just us asking for money because we got to pay the rent, pay the staff, pay this, pay that. Yes, that's part of the process. When we live in a house, and I love that Randy and Carl came up with a house photo, there's responsibilities. God shows up in, as, and through each one of us to participate in these responsibilities. When we do it with an expansive nature and a collective nature, it just is phenomenal. I can only imagine Jesus standing there. Hey, we only have 5 fishes and loaves. He's looking around. I don't think Jesus said, I don't have enough. You know what Jesus did? He had the consciousness of abundance, the consciousness of wholeness, the consciousness that there's more than enough. My Father is my source and supply. And he didn't cut the fish in little pieces. He multiplied the fishes. And when we're in that consciousness and we are blessing our good and we are multiplying our good, it's expansive. This vow of prosperity, I invite you, even if it's $20 a month, that's $20 a month pledge. It's a commitment to yourself. I started with $20 a month, I don't know how many years ago, I've been here 11 years, and allowed me to physically sign my name, that I energetically said yes to my good, yes to the universe, yes to all the good that unfolds at the Center for Spiritual Living Dallas, yes to each one of you for living in your brilliance. But we have to turn our beliefs around.
Yes.
Are you ready? Yes. So, Rob Hackett happens to be my best friend, so, look at me. And I seriously am in such gratitude because she is my other prosperity partner. We can talk through the stuff. I mean, there's times in my life where in 2008, I had to go this way with my pledge, and I'll never forget Cynthia Brexford so lovingly and just beautifully walking me through in prayer going, it's good. Because once you get back into your groove, then you can shift it. But Rob and I have these conversations daily about our good and moving into our good, and I also get to hear songs. So here's the invitation. Kim, if you can cue it up, I'm going to invite you to stand up right now, and I'm going to invite you to get out of your comfort zone, because for the next 2 minutes, I want you to move through any energy in your body with this song that Robin Hackett, for the first time, is allowing us to hear in general. So cue it up, Kim, when you're ready. We're waiting, anticipation, get ready to receive. Crank it up. Right?
No matter where you go, you know everybody knows the lighting goes for you. Just part of you, you know what you gotta do. Turn it up for you. Turn yourself around. Turn yourself around. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, the choice is up to you. Don't be the rise fool, lay down and play cool. Turn it up to you. Turn yourself around. Turn yourself around. Turn it upside down. Turn it upside down. You know what to do. Yes, you know what Turn yourself around. Turn it upside
Breathe it in. Take that in. Big gratitude for Robin Hackett. Turn it around. When you feel the fear, turn it around. I invite you to hold the person's hand that's next to you. Let's go into prayer. We're pulsating, all right? That vibration, that is the fire, the love, the light that is God. That is the truth of our beingness, the expansive nature that is always shape-shifting in, as, and through each one of us. I see it with the Milky Way. I hear with every note and every song. I'm grateful for the abundance of God, the prosperity of God. And I stand here in the recognition that each one of us is a living child of the universe, that we are God made manifest. All that we seek and desire is here now. There is no limitation in God, just the abundant, expressive, expansive, and we receive with our hearts wide open. Let us come to our heart. Let us feast on the banquet. Let us fill with our blessings and know that each one of us is holding each other in the magnificence and opulence of who we are. I call it so beautiful. I call it absolutely complete in the gratitude, in the awareness of our good, our God, our truth, our prosperity, our love, our life. Breathe it in. Feel that pulsation of life transmuting every doubt, every belief through forgiveness of the past. We stand here on sacred, holy ground in the magnificence